Are humans naturally good or naturally evil? This is a question that has puzzled people for thousands of years. Philosophers, scientists, and everyday individuals have debated it over and over again. Are we born kind, loving, and helpful? Or do we come into the world selfish, cruel, and harmful? Even today, there is no clear answer. Human nature is complex, and it's not easy to say whether we are mostly good or mostly bad. But one thing is certain: we now know more about how people think, feel, and behave than ever before. Modern psychology and science have uncovered fascinating facts about what drives human behavior. These insights can help us understand the good and bad sides of who we are. So here are 13 surprising truths about human nature. As you read through them, think about your own experiences and decide for yourself. Are humans naturally good or naturally evil? 1. We make harsh assumptions. Have you ever noticed how quickly we judge others? When someone does something wrong, maybe they lie, make a mistake, or act rudely, we often assume they're a bad person. We think their actions reflect their true character. But when we do the same thing, we usually don't blame ourselves. Instead, we point to outside reasons. Maybe we were tired, stressed, or dealing with something difficult. We tell ourselves, "That's not who I really am. I was just having a bad day." This behavior is known as the actor-observer asymmetry. It's a basic part of human nature. We tend to blame other people's actions on who they are, while blaming our own actions on the situation we're in. In other words, we're quick to judge others, but slow to judge ourselves. We give ourselves the benefit of the doubt, while being hard on everyone else. 2. We enjoy distress, but only sometimes. This may be hard to admit, but sometimes we enjoy watching others suffer, especially when we believe they deserve it. Does this mean humans are cruel by nature? Not exactly, but it does reveal something interesting about how our minds work. A 2013 study by Rudolph and his team found that people often feel a strange sense of satisfaction when someone they see as bad experiences pain or punishment. Take superhero movies, for example. When the villain finally gets defeated, most of us cheer. We feel happy seeing them suffer because we think it's fair. They caused harm, and now they're paying for it. But what if the situation was reversed? Imagine the villain attacking the hero, someone we believe is good and innocent. In that case, we wouldn't enjoy the pain at all. We'd likely feel anger, sadness, or even fear. So yes, humans do sometimes enjoy the suffering of others, but only under certain conditions. If we think someone is guilty or immoral, we're more likely to believe they got what they deserved. This desire for justice, even if it comes with pain, shows how complex our emotional reactions can be. 3. We ignore facts. You might think that facts are the best way to win an argument. Most of us believe that if we present strong evidence, people will listen, change their minds, and agree with us. But in reality, that's not always how it works. According to a study by Lord and his colleagues, humans are often narrow-minded by nature. Even when someone shows us solid proof or logical facts, we tend to hold on to what we already believe. Instead of changing our opinion, we look for ways to defend it, even if the facts clearly go against us. Why does this happen? Because our beliefs are tied to our identity. Admitting we're wrong can feel uncomfortable or even threatening. So we ignore facts that don't fit our views, and we focus on the information that supports what we already think. This doesn't mean we're stupid. It just means our brains are wired to protect our beliefs. But it's a reminder that staying open-minded is harder than it seems. 4. We believe in justice. Is the world a fair place? If we look at the facts, the answer is probably no. Bad things happen to good people all the time, and some people seem to succeed without working hard or doing the right thing. Still, deep inside, many of us continue to believe that life is fair, because human nature wants it to be. As children, we grow up with the idea that the world rewards good behavior and punishes bad behavior. We believe that if we follow the rules, things will go well for us. That belief is comforting, and it helps us feel safe in an uncertain world. But as we grow older, we start to see that life is much more complicated. Bad things happen for no reason. Good people suffer, and sometimes the wrong people get ahead. Still, even when we know this, part of us holds on to the idea that there must be a reason for everything. So when we see someone going through a tough time, we might tell ourselves, they must have done something to deserve this. We assume their pain or failure is their own fault, even when it's not. This way of thinking is called the just world belief. It's a naturum. 9. We search for balance. Our bodies and minds are constantly working behind the scenes to keep us balanced. Whether we realize it or not, we are always trying to return to a natural state of harmony. When something goes wrong inside the body, like an illness, injury, or even emotional stress, our system doesn't just give up. Instead, it immediately starts working to heal, adjust, and stabilize. This natural process is called homeostasis, and it's one of the most important functions our bodies perform. Your brain plays a big role in this too. When you're overwhelmed or anxious, your mind tries to calm itself down and bring things back to normal. It might not always succeed right away, but the effort is built into us. So whether it's recovering from physical pain or dealing with emotional challenges, our entire system is wired to search for balance. This inner drive for stability is a key part of human nature, and it's one of the things that helps us survive and grow. 10. We are overconfident. Here's an interesting question. Do you think you're smarter than the average person? If you said yes, you're not alone. Most people believe they're more intelligent, more skilled, or more capable than others. But the truth is, many of them are wrong. This kind of thinking is part of a psychological bias known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. It explains how people with low ability in a certain area often overestimate how good they actually are. In other words, the less someone knows, the more confident they tend to feel. But this overconfidence doesn't stop at intelligence. Many people also think they're more moral, more kind, or more trustworthy than others. We like to believe we're better than average, even when there's no real proof. This doesn't mean we're all full of ourselves on purpose. It just shows that humans are naturally wired to see ourselves in a positive light. While a little confidence can be a good thing, too much of it can blind us to our flaws and keep us from growing. 11. We are attracted to darkness. Have you ever wondered why mysterious or troubled people seem so appealing? There's something about them, a quiet intensity, a sense of danger, or a deep emotional struggle, that draws others in. It might not make logical sense, but it's a common part of human nature. Throughout history, people of all backgrounds and personalities have found themselves attracted to those with dark or complex traits. Characteristics like self-centeredness, emotional coldness, and impulsive behavior, which are often linked to serious personality disorders like psychopathy, can oddly come across as exciting or even charming. Why does this happen? Part of the reason is that we're naturally curious. People who don't show their emotions or play by the rules seem mysterious. That mystery can make them seem powerful, confident, or emotionally deep, even if they're not. Of course, this attraction doesn't mean those traits are healthy or good, but it does show that humans are drawn to intensity and unpredictability, even when it comes with risk. It's one more example of how our emotions can guide us in unexpected directions. 12. We are easily intimidated. Like many animals, humans are influenced by strength and power. Often, the people who rise to leadership positions aren't the kindest or most skilled. They're simply the ones who appear the most dominant. Research and history show that humans naturally respond to intimidation. When someone seems powerful, loud, or unshakable, we tend to follow them, even if they aren't the best person for the job. We might feel scared, pressured, or simply unsure of ourselves, so we go along with them rather than speaking up. This isn't always a conscious choice. It's part of a survival instinct buried deep in our nature. While this can help create order in dangerous situations, it can also lead to poor leadership and unfair power structures when intimidation is used instead of wisdom or kindness. 13. We abuse anonymity. Have you ever noticed how people behave differently online than they do in real life? A person who seems polite in person might leave rude or hurtful comments when hiding behind a screen. Why does this happen? The answer lies in anonymity. When no one knows who we are, We feel less pressure to act kindly or follow our usual values. We believe we won't face consequences, so we may say or do things we wouldn't normally consider acceptable. In public, where we're being watched, most of us try to do the right thing. But when we're anonymous, it becomes easier to break the rules, even if we know it's wrong. This reveals a hidden side of human nature. We're not only influenced by our beliefs, but also by whether or not we're being held accountable. So, are humans naturally good or naturally evil? Now that you've learned about these 13 secret truths of human nature, what do you think? Are people born kind and compassionate, with a few flaws here and there? Or are we naturally selfish and cruel, only acting good when society forces us to? The truth is, human nature is full of contradictions. We are capable of great kindness, deep empathy, and fairness. But we also judge quickly, seek power, and sometimes hurt others to protect ourselves. We are a mix of light and dark, and every day we choose which side to act on. Here's a question for you. Have you ever caught yourself doing something that didn't feel right? Maybe judging someone too quickly, ignoring the facts, or saying something harsh online. Did it surprise you? What did it teach you about yourself? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe humans are naturally good or naturally evil? Or are we something in between? If you enjoyed this reflection on human behavior, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content about psychology and the human mind. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.